The Qing dynasty children led the way into the city, with the Tang emperor following Judge Cui along the street. They saw deceased courtiers and generals on both sides of the street. Suddenly, Emperor Li Yuan, his elder brother Jianqing, and his younger brother Yuanji appeared in the crowd. Jianqing and Yuanji approached the Tang emperor, demanding his life and attacking him. Fortunately, Judge Cui promptly called a ferocious ghost servant with a grim face and sharp teeth, who drove away Jianqing and Yuanji, allowing the Tang emperor to escape. After walking for a while, they saw a towering palace shrouded in colorful clouds and mist, with green bricks and blue tiles, flying eaves and arches. A piece of white jade lay across the threshold, with several rows of golden nails on the door, and the words Hall of Judgment engraved on the door. When they arrived at the Hall of Judgment, they saw the 10 Yama kings bowing outside the hall to greet them. These 10 kings were King Qin Guang, King Chu Jiang, King Song Di, King Wu Guan, King Yan Luo, King Ping Dang, King Taishan, King Dushi, King Bianqing, and King Zhuan Luan, all dressed in fine clothes, but with fierce expressions. The Tang emperor hastily returned the courtesy and followed the 10 kings into the Hall of Judgment. After the host and guest were seated, King Qin Guang respectfully asked, "The Jing River Ghost Dragon accuses your majesty of promising to save him, but then breaking your word. Is this true?" The Tang emperor explained the incident of slaying the dragon in his dream, as Wei Jing had mentioned, and said, "I am merely an ordinary mortal. How could I know the details of Wei Jing's dream? What fault is there for me?" After hearing this, the 10 kings bowed and said, "It was already destined in the Book of Life and Death that the Dragon King of the Jing River would die by the hands of a Wei person in a dream. We were aware of this, but he insisted on having your majesty come to these 3 courts for a trial. We hope your majesty will not mind. Now we have sent him to the Wheel of Reincarnation for rebirth." They then ordered Judge Cui to fetch the Book of Life and Death, to see how many years the Tang emperor had left. Judge Cui went to the office and took out the comprehensive Book of Kings from 10,000 nations, opened it, and was shocked to see that it was written Emperor Taizong of Great Tang, Li Shimin, passed away in the 13th year of the Xinguan period. Judge Cui quickly took a large brush and added 2 strokes to the character 1, changing it to 3. Judge Cui presented the Book of Life and Death to the 10 kings. Seeing that Emperor Taizong of Great Tang, Li Shimin, passed away in the 33rd year of the Xinguan period, they congratulated him, saying, "Your Majesty still has 20 years of life. We will immediately send someone to escort your Majesty back to the mortal realm." The Tang emperor thanked them and said, "I have observed that there are many treasures in the underworld, but I can only offer some fruits and melons as a token of appreciation. What do the 10 kings think?" King Qin Guang said, "I have plenty of melons from the east and west, but I lack pumpkins. Your Majesty, please take them." The Tang emperor bid farewell and left. The 10 kings sent Judge Cui and General Zhu to escort the Tang emperor out of the Hall of Judgment. General Zhu held the banner of the Soul Guide and led the way, while Judge Cui followed, guarding the Tang emperor out of the underworld. After walking for several miles, they arrived at the Back Yin mountain of the underworld. Here, the mountains were as steep as those in Shu, as high as those in Luoyang, with dark clouds hanging low, and black mist obscuring the sky. Ghosts and monsters hid in the thorns, and demons lurked in the cliffs. The Tang emperor trembled with fear and followed the 2 men over the mountain. After crossing the Back Yin mountain of the underworld, they saw many yamen along the way, where cries of grief resounded, and lost souls mourned. They witnessed various scenes of hell, all of them desolate and sorrowful. The Tang emperor asked Judge Cui about it and learned that this was the 18 layers of hell. The first 3 layers of the 18 layers of hell were the hanging torture hell, the shadowy unjust hell, and the fiery pit hell, all desolate and full of those who had committed sins in their lifetime and were now suffering after death. The next 3 layers were the fierce torture hell, the tongue-pulling hell, and the skin-stripping hell, all filled with those who had been disloyal and unfilial, harming others, and defying the laws of heaven. The next 3 layers were the grinding torture hell, the pounding hell, and the crushing wheel hell, where those who had hidden their evil deeds and harmed others secretly suffered. The next 3 layers were the frozen hell, the skin-shedding hell, and the gut-pulling hell, where those who had deceived and bullied others faced their punishment. The next 3 layers were the boiling oil hell, the dark hell, and the knife mountain hell, where those who had been arrogant and cruel faced their judgment. The last 3 layers were the blood pool hell, the Avicii hell, and the weighing pole hell, where those who had committed heinous crimes suffered. It was true that good and evil deeds would eventually be repaid, whether sooner or later. After viewing the 18 layers of hell, they soon came across 2 bridges, one of gold and the other of silver. Several bridge attendants shouted, "The guide to the bridges has arrived." Judge Chui ordered them to rise, and the attendants led the Tang Emperor across the Golden Bridge. After walking for a while, they came to another bridge, several miles long and 1,000 layers deep. The bridge was covered with chilly winds, with no handrails or guardrails, and blood waves surged below, filled with the cries of ghosts and gods. Judge Chui said to the Tang Emperor, "Your Majesty, this is the Naiha Bridge, the only way to the mortal world." As they were talking, the bridge attendants left. The Tang Emperor was filled with fear and followed Judge Chui and General Zhu across the Naiha Bridge. After crossing the Naiha Bridge, the Tang Emperor arrived at the city of Rongdeath. A group of fierce ghosts, with broken arms and legs, and headless bodies blocked the way, loudly demanding, "Give me back my life." The Tang Emperor was terrified and cried out for help. Judge Chui told the Tang Emperor, "They are all lonely and hungry ghosts, with no one to care for them, no possessions, and no chance of reincarnation. Your Majesty needs to give them some silver to pass through safely." The Tang Emperor had no money, so he turned to Judge Chui for advice. Judge Chui told the Tang Emperor, "There is a man named Xiangliang in Kaifeng Prefecture in the mortal realm who has 13 treasuries of gold and silver in the underworld. Your Majesty can borrow a treasury of gold and silver from him and distribute it to these hungry ghosts. After returning to the mortal realm, you need to hold a water and land ceremony to save them and ensure peace in the mortal realm." The Tang Emperor immediately wrote a letter, with Judge Chui as a guarantor, and borrowed a treasury of gold and silver from Xiangliang, asking General Zhu to send away the ghosts and quickly leave the city of Rongdeath. The Tang Emperor crossed the Pingyang Road and followed Judge Chui and General Zhu straight to the 6 paths of reincarnation. Here, all kinds of evil spirits, demons, and beasts each went their own way, running under the cycle of reincarnation. Judge Chui saw that the Tang Emperor did not understand and said, "This place is called the 6 paths of reincarnation. Those who do good deeds ascend to the immortal path, those who are loyal ascend to the noble path, those who are filial ascend to the blessed path, those who are fair ascend to the human path, those who accumulate virtues ascend to the rich path, and those who are evil descend to the ghost path." The Tang Emperor praised him for his understanding. Judge Chui escorted the Tang Emperor to the gate of the noble path and took his leave, saying, "This is where you will be reborn. General Zhu will lead you back to the mortal realm. I will take my leave." The Tang Emperor bid him farewell.